This video is question 15 of the definite integrals assignment. The total accumulated cost C of t and revenues R of t in thousands of dollars, so that's a pretty big important point there, respectively for a photocopying machine satisfy C prime at t equals this function and R prime of t equals this function. So this is the derivative of the cost function, also known as marginal cost, and the derivative of the revenue function, also known as marginal revenue. T is time in years. Find the useful life of the machine to the nearest year. What is the total profit accumulated during the useful life of the machine? So last semester, we talked about to maximize profit, we set marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. Okay, here the variable is X, the number of units produced and sold. Here, this variable is time. So that is a little bit different, but we're going to go ahead and set marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. And when cost is equal to revenue, then we're going to stop using the machine. So we're going to go put these two functions in the calculator. And I'm actually going to put them in as functions in a function page or graphing page, doc412. So I'm going to need to change the variable to t, or from t to x. And I am going to change the name. So this is going to be cost, and I'm going to say p for prime. So the derivative of the cost function is going to be 1 over 89, and x is going to play the part of t to the power of 8. And I'm going to put in another function immediately, so I'm going to go ahead and just hit down arrow. Well, then when I moved it, it went away, but then I'm going to call this CP, or for RP, for revenue prime, RP, and that's going to be 7 times x instead of t to the 8th power, get out of the exponent, times e to the power of negative x to the 9th power. So we can see that we're only making money when there's space between these two functions. So it says find the useful life of the machine. So I'm going to go to a calculator page and say menu, 3 for algebra, 1 for solve. When does CP of x equal RP of x? And we're solving for x, which is really time. So we'll hit enter. Ooh, it looks like a big mess. So it's either 0 or 1.229, 1.23 years, but it says round to the nearest year as needed. So we're going to put a 1 there. So it says fantastic. Using the useful life of the machine, not the exact useful life, rounded to the nearest year, the total profit accumulated during the life of the machine is, and it says round to the nearest dollar, but this, when we get this, it's going to be in thousands of dollars. So we're going to go back to the graph, and we've got the revenue here and the cost here. So I'm going to do menu 6 for analyze graph. Ooh, it says bounded area. Then it says upper bound and lower bound. We're going to go 0 from the keyboard to 1 from the keyboard. So we get 0.4904. But we're going to multiply that times 1,000. And then if I wanted to do that from a calculator page, shift plus 0 tab 1, because that's our 1 year useful life. Now when we do profit, we want to do the revenue derivative function then minus the cost function. And then we'll go tab X, and that looks nasty. We'll get a decimal answer. So we get the same answer, then it's in thousands of dollars. So we'll multiply it times 1,000. So we get $490. So it says round to the nearest dollar as needed. So that's going to be 490. We'll check that answer. Good job. And that concludes this video.